Hey guys, Mila Buckley, the Hangry Woman, and today I am showing you the new Tropical Coconut Nespresso pod. It is their newest barista collection pod that goes over ice. I am so excited for this. I've been waiting for this. I've been really excited to try it out and to let you guys know just how it tastes, what the flavors are like, if it actually tastes like coconut, because some of the barista collection pods have been a little questionable in their flavor, chocolate fudge, and I wanted to give you guys kind of a demo and a first look of what it looks like and what's up with it. If you're new to my channel, I make videos about food and diabetes and living with diabetes. Nespresso happens to be one thing that I love, so I make videos about my coffee recipes as well. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like content like that, and let me know what you think about this video, and I want to know after you're done watching if you would try this pod. Okay, so before we get into it, there was a little bit of controversy around this pod. Nespresso released this to a select number of consumers, and they didn't release it all at once to everybody. So it caused kind of an uproar because people were like, wait a second, this is something I want to try. Why can't I get it? Why am I not in the special group that was chosen? Was it random? There were all these questions about it. I was not one of the people that was chosen for it, so I had to wait like everybody else to get my hands on this pod. It just came out last week, so it is a brand new pod. It's up on their website. They don't say if they're going to keep it as a forever flavor, but they say to get it while it lasts. So if you like this pod, and after you buy a box or two, stock up, because it is possible that this one could go away. I don't know if it's seasonal or not, but they haven't made the declaration that it is in the product line and it's here to stay. They've hinted that it's kind of like a get it while you can get it kind of thing. I also have to say that I love coconut, so for me this was an easy choice, and I was gonna be really, really disappointed if I couldn't get one or if it didn't taste like coconut like I thought it might. So I'm just really excited for this and so glad that it's here and that we get to try it out and I get to tell you what I think about it. Also, let's read kind of what the description of this coffee is on the box, and then I'm gonna show you how I have prepared it. I've made this particular recipe 3 times and I have loved it, so I think that you guys are gonna like it too. And let's just talk about it. So Nespresso says why we love it. The Barista Creations tropical coconut flavor over ice brings a taste of the tropics to your home. The refreshing coconut flavor splashes through the caramelly notes of a Latin American and African Arabica blend. It's our most exotic coffee over ice. A sweet vanilla note makes a true treat of this refreshing iced coffee experience. Best served as 1 coffee capsule, 7.77 fluid ounces or 230 milliliters, over a big cup full of ice cubes. So that's the description. So when I make my iced coffee recipe, I'm going to bring out some of those additional notes. But first, let's do a little taste test, and I want to show you the actual pod. So here's our tropical coconut pod. It's actually gorgeous. It's so pretty. Hopefully I'm dropping my pod. Hopefully my camera isn't too bright and you can see those details, but it has the little palm fronds in a tannish color, and then the actual pod is a creamy white color. It looks like the inside of a coconut. I love that so much. That's such a great touch. I think that's really beautiful. Okay, and then we're gonna do a little taste test by itself before we make our actual drink. So I'm going to put my coconut pod in. Let's make sure. It needs water. Hold on a second. I think it technically had enough water to do this brew, but better safe than sorry. And then my pod is in. We're gonna push it to brew. Okay, so the first thing that we notice is that this coffee just has like a ton of crema at the top. It has a lot of that fat, so we're gonna try and get that back into the coffee because all of that crema that you see at the top is flavor. Something else that you notice when this particular pod brews is that it's not brewing black. It has this like creamy color, almost like it looks like milk was added to it. And obviously there's no milk in the pod, but it does have that, I don't know, that creaminess and that look to it. It also smells heavily of coconut. So as soon as you start brewing it, I immediately smelled the coconut flavor, and it smells really good. It gets the coconut flavor in there really well. So we're gonna take a sip, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts about it. Okay, so I'm a fan of coconut. That's something that you should know up front. So I really enjoy the coconut flavor of this. I think it adds like a nice little bit of body to the coffee. It is on the bitter side, so it says that it has like caramelly and vanilla notes. I don't necessarily taste that in the brewed coffee by itself. Maybe when I add some caramel and vanilla, more of that flavor will come out into the coffee. But I don't get that from kind of my initial sip of it. It is nice and fatty with that crema at the top, which is nice. It gives it a really good richness. I think that brings out the coconut flavor more, but I taste mostly coconut and not really like the other notes that Nespresso says that is in this coffee. So I'm actually gonna save this for later because I'm gonna do something with it, and we're gonna make our actual iced coffee. And so this coffee is meant and made to be brewed over ice or served over ice. So what I'm doing today is an iced latte, but I have taken the actual coffee and I have made it into ice cubes. And I love this method. I got this ice cube tray from Nespresso as well. I love this method because it makes your iced coffee stay strong without watering it down with ice, and then you get that strong coffee flavor, and there's a way to kind of like make it all meld together. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my ice cubes and I'm gonna stick them in my glass. And these are like just a little bit melted because I've had them out as I've been talking. So your ice cubes will be far more solid. And then when I did this last night, I had actually, I was doing it for a test, and so I made one ice cube that has like milk in it, I think is really nice. So I actually have 3 left. So this glass fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes. 5, 6 cubes. And then I have the rest here. So this is great. Then I'm gonna take my Aeroccino and I will pour in my milk to the minimum line because we're gonna hot froth it. So we don't want it to overflow or explode. So we'll get that hot frothed. Then I have some sugar-free vanilla syrup here that I'll pour a little bit over my ice, and then we wait for just a second. We're gonna add some other stuff to it, but this glass I thought was gonna hold more ice cubes, to be quite honest. I had done this experiment in other glasses, but I think after I pour it and the ice cubes melt a little bit more, I'll be able to add in the last ones. I really love the hot froth on the Aeroccino because it gets the milk nice and frothy. It's like very smooth, but it's also very hot. So I'll take my Aeroccino off, and then I want to mix back in that milk because we don't need all the foam. So just like shake it a little bit to get the milk mixed in with the foam. And then we'll get our nice pour. Have that nice creaminess. Okay, so we've got our pour. We can mix this up and then we can add the remaining ice cubes, or really coffee cubes. Amazing. Let's add this last one. I made this one with milk because I just had the extra and I was curious about if it could turn into an ice cube, and turns out it can. So then we'll mix all these up like so. That looks great. Then I want to add my pump of Hollander caramel because the coffee has caramely notes. So this helps to add it out, as well as that sugar-free vanilla helps to add the vanilla flavor. So we've got that nice pump of caramel, and 1 full pump is fine. You can do more if you want to. And then you take the cap off of your whipped topping. I'm using a coconut whipped topping. I thought that would be nice to get more of the coconut flavor out of it. And then we'll put it over the top to make a nice iced coffee. And check that out. Look at how beautiful. So, my nice iced coffee. I think it's pretty gorgeous. I think it's awesome. And let's get an up close look at it. So, my nice little coffee. You can see the coffee ice cubes in there. It's pretty sweet. It looks amazing. Now it's time to stir it up and give it a try. And I love this because it melts over time. So like as you keep drinking it, that coffee keeps melting and you have more and more sips of coffee, stronger sips of coffee. The ice cube tray that I made was just 1 coffee pod. So it was 1 coffee pod brewed, cooled, and then added to an ice cube tray. So it's just 1 cup of coffee with all of those ice cubes, which is really nice. So give it a nice stir. And look at those layers. It's got like really nice layering. Like there's that cream at the top, there's the foam from the milk, and then the rest of the milk and the coffee kind of brewed together in the bottom. I think this is like a perfect way to enjoy this. I love the coffee ice cubes idea. I think that's like really fun for this. Okay, so let's give it a sip. Oh man. Guys. This is the way to do this. So make your tropical coconut into ice cubes. Put them into your glass. Pour over warm milk to help melt the ice cubes, so it melts it into the coffee. Then you still have remaining ice cubes that help keep it cold, so you have that nice chilled iced coffee flavor. You put it in an insulated glass. It'll take a little bit longer to melt, but that's okay because you can keep sipping on this like all day because it's super rich. Add in some sugar-free vanilla. I use the Monin syrup, 1 pump of caramel. Mix it with your milk and then add a little bit of coconut whip on top. I think this is probably one of the best coffees I've ever made, quite honestly. It brings out the sweetness in the coffee, so you still get the strong coconut flavor, but then you're also going to get that really nice vanilla and caramel, and it's like a perfect combination. And you don't get the coconut when you sip it. I feel like you get it afterward. It's like on your palate afterward. So you may sip it, you may not taste that coconut, you may taste the sweetness first, but then when you like give it a swallow, take a breath, you're gonna get that coconut flavor, and that is amazing. I'm so glad I got this pod. So glad I got it. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. I will leave the recipe down below so that you can make this exact coffee that I just made. I will link to the ice cube trays from Nespresso. They are wonderful, super sturdy, great build quality, overall just awesome, and they fit exactly a 7.77 ounce pod. So if you brew 1 pod, you can stick it in that and you'll get perfect ice cubes every time, specifically for the pod. So I would buy the Nespresso ones. I have gotten some molds on Amazon that they're okay, but that is the one. That's pretty awesome. And then, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go enjoy this coffee and the rest of my day. And I will see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you liked this video and you thought it was fun and you want more coffee recipes, please let me know. And I would love to make them. I love my Nespresso. I'm always trying to find really good sugar-free drinks for y'all because I know a lot of you have diabetes like me, and you are just trying to find like good ways to enjoy drinks and good ways to enjoy things that you love. So I like being able to show you new stuff and giving you enjoyable things that are still gonna be a treat, but like pretty good for your blood sugar. So that's it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.